We had a conversation about just pick one thing right now.
Cut through all the stuff, the noise.
Actually, I've been working out. I was like, man, I'm gaining muscle here, but not seeing my abs, and oh, my weight's fluctuating and doing all this stuff. I want to fix all these things. I want to take in a bunch of protein. I want to eat a bunch of fat. I want to gain muscle, but I want this. We had a conversation about just pick one thing right now.
Cut through all the stuff, the noise. What's the one thing that you want to accomplish?
I want to see a six-pack.
Yep.
I feel like I've done enough work, and they're under there somewhere.
They're hiding.
Yeah, they are.
But they're coming out.
Well, now I can work backwards. Like, well, how do you get abs? Well, you don't eat a bunch of sugar. But also, you want to just burn that slow fat, too. So yeah, I'm going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week for an hour. I might as well start walking because I know that burns a lot of calories, low impact. I hate running now. I've done a lot of running.
And that's a little life hack, too, that we have to share right now. You used to run a lot of like marathons, half marathons, and there was such a big mental block saying, man, if I put my shoes on again, I have to run 26, 30, 50 miles right a week.
Yeah.
Then you were very smart. You hacked yourself. You said, can I just put my shoes on and walk for a little bit on the beach? And that walking turned to real, like a big fat burning thing for you. You dropped 10 pounds too. And more importantly, you cut out simple sugars. You power walked every day for like 1.5 hours.
It's definitely over 10,000 steps a day. It's cold out right now. It's windy out.
You're taking your shirt off?
I'm taking my shirt off because I don't have a cold pool right now. The pool is being maintenance where I live. What would David Goggins do? He would be out there.
Take the shirt off.
I'd take the shirt off. I mean, the sun's there, but people are in borderline parkas out on the beach with the wind. One person asked me yesterday, I walked by and they were walking their dog and they were like, are you cold? And I was like, yeah, I am. Luckily I have the sun warming me up, but that's not enough. But it gives me that cold exposure for 2 hours. But I'm also getting sun on my back and sun on my front, so I'm getting vitamin D. So there's a psyche part, like a mental part to this too, is like getting mental toughness because I'm walking outside and it's cold out. Who does that? So I'm doing that. I'm walking for 2 hours, so hour out, hour back. So I'm 10, 12, 14,000 steps a day, which is burning 600, 700, 800 calories probably.
Yeah.
If
you
I'm
probably
lucky,
put in
probably
like
more.
6 to 10 miles, I would say, but up to 10, 12. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And mostly every day.
Consistency.
Consistency.
What were some of the mental benefits that you see? I feel like you're calmer, you're less anxious. There's something going on where your mind has a way to settle down while you do those long walks.
I'm looking forward to going on these long walks to work on something, one thing, mentally. So not only am I walking and getting nervous, like physical energy out, the mental energy is like, cool, if there's one problem I'm trying to work through, you could say the stock market or finances, it's like, oh, should I do this trip? Oh, should I do this thing and spend this money? Oh, well, now I can walk through that, visualize it. While I'm walking, I'm thinking step by step of what's happening in this story that I'm working through. And a very good example is, I used to have high anxiety with flying, getting on a commercial airliner. And it's like, visualizing in this sense would be, oh, me thinking in my mind of like, hey, I'm sitting down at my computer. Oh, I'm navigating to the website to buy a plane ticket. Okay, I've found the plane ticket to go to Boston. I bought the ticket, like walking through step by step the story while I'm walking, pun intended.
Yeah.
That has been huge.
Yeah. And I like 2 things about meditation. Praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. So it's one thing I learned, little nugget of wisdom,
Okay. I just thought about is the time it takes. So, I mean, I'm out there for 2 hours, probably close to 2.5, sometimes 3. I can do it on my lunch break because I have a very flexible schedule. Yes. However, people can find the time. Like I'd rather now go out and walk for 2 hours. Yeah, it's miserable. Or it can be miserable in the first couple of minutes because it's like, oh, I'm out here for 2 hours. But you're outside, breathing fresh air, moving your body. And instead of me sitting down, scrolling through all this stuff or listening to podcasts all the time, it's like, cool, I get a little bit of a break. And on these walks, I don't listen to podcasts.
That's the next question. You just pretty much are with yourself, with your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Controlling your mind. And just for reference, guys, we are in Northeast Florida. We live in Jacksonville, Florida. So a cold morning would be in the low 40s, 45, 43. When we go out for a walk, we'll be in the mid 60s, 61, 63, with a sometimes pretty stormy wind, a little breeze from the ocean, maybe 10, 15 mile wind. So it's not freezing to death, but it's a bit nippy where you feel more comfortable with a sweater. And it takes a lot of guts just to take your shirt off and get the sun exposure too. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, because the cold wind is hitting you in your face the whole 2 hours. That's miserable too. Like right now, it's 55 degrees out, sunny, and
But
25-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna go walk outside today. I don't want to go into the gym, because if it's raining or something like that, I have the very affordable Planet Fitness membership. I'll walk on the treadmill.
Yeah.
You know, and the incline, I don't really care about the incline. Like that doesn't bother me. I just want to be walking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't want to be distracted by the TVs that are on with all the news and crap going on. And it is definitely a little boring being in the gym. So I do take my Kindle, reading a book, and I finished a book, which was amazing. I started taking my iPad because it's a little bigger, and I can swipe it a lot easier, and the text is bigger. I really look forward to my walks because I get to work through problems. Mm-hmm. And for people that can't do it during the day, walk during the day, it's like treadmill, take a book, or Kindle if you want, or nothing. I suggest people stay, you need to be bored. Joe Rogan, had a really good analogy. He's like, look, our bodies are like a battery. We have our energy recharges when we're asleep, and it's like throughout the day we have to deplete our battery of energy so we can sleep better the next night.
Yeah.
And be calm and all that stuff. So I keep that picture in my mind. I'm like, all I'm doing is getting the energy out of my body.
I like that.
What I've realized is my sleep is getting better. It wasn't better overnight. The first night it was.
But you slept 8 hours for the first time through.
Yeah.
I mean, just a massive breakthrough.
It was huge. So, the first day I went walking, that was a 3.5-hour walk. I was like, I'm just gonna walk, I don't care. I slept really well that night. But then it's like, okay, well, now I'm playing with the walking times, the walking distances, because if I walk too late at night, then I don't sleep very well, because now my body's in action mode.
Yeah.
So walking in the morning would be great, but I go to the gym. Walking on my lunch I just take a longer lunch, and I push everything back because I can. I just wear my timer, and I'm like, hour out, hour back, hour 15 out, hour 15 back.
Like coming from the NFL, I have this progressive overload background that, you bench press, 200 pounds, then 250, 300, up to 500 pounds. What dictates if you go for an hour or 90 minutes?
Wow.
Do you have anything I got 7 miles yesterday, I have to beat this time? Or do you just want to be outside? So is it a kind of a athletic goal or more like a mental health goal?
It's more the mental health goal.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to walk for at least 1 hour.
It's like a minimum threshold. Well, after 60 minutes, you feel like I accomplished something, right?
Yeah, that's enough. And the days that I only go out for an hour, I don't beat myself up anymore.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's where maybe the young Patrick would have killed himself. If I just missed one rep, the whole day is over.
Yeah.
I'm a piece of, poop, and I'm a failure. But now we become older, we become more gentle. I do a safety thing in the pool because when it's really freezing, like January 1st, it was freezing. If I lose kind of feeling or sensation in my finger, I just literally, on my toes, I step out. I did only 900 reps instead of 1,000, So after 18 minutes, I'm freezing to death. I'm like, okay, safety first, So I think as we get older, we become a little wiser, not so dialed in.
The consistency of doing it is where
it's
you
more
get the
important
gains.
than the actual, if it's 7 miles or 7.5 miles. As long as you do it over 4 or 5 weeks or, a month or two.
If I walk a half hour a day every single day of the week,
that's better than doing 10 hours one day and then taking a month off. I got you.
And it's once you start seeing a result, you want to do it more.
Yeah.
So it's a healthy addiction.
Yeah.
So I think it's consistency for me with walking, and I try to tell my mom, friends hey, just go walk.
Yeah.
But no one wants to walk because it's too slow or
it's not exciting, not stimulating enough.
I'm not sweating.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't sweat, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not profusely sweating, which is fine. I see the results. I know there's results. It may not feel like my heart is pounding, but I know it's working really well.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna walk.
All right, brother.
So I think that's cool, man.
Winning. Good job, man.
All right.
Proud of you. See you guys later.
Yeah, go walk.